Our first speaker for today, Prof. Kramer. He is Adjunct Professor in Emergency Medicine at the University of Witwatersrand, Johannesburg, and Extraordinary Professor in Sport Medicine at Pretoria University. Pretoria has been involved in the sphere of pre-hospital and hospital emergency medicine for over 30 years, with a special interest and participation in mass casualty, disaster medicine, and urban search, rescue medicine, having attended various earthquakes, tsunamis, hurricanes, floods, and volcanic eruptions as on-site emergency physician. He has also become involved more recently in sport, football, mass gathering medical services, having attended 7 FIFA World Cups, including his appointment as Tournament Medical Officer for the FIFA World Cup in Russia 2018, and CAF Medical Officer for the African Cup of Nations, Egypt 2019. Please join me to welcome Prof. Kramer.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to those who came yesterday, and welcome to those joining us today. I'm going to talk about the FIFA's evaluation and assessment of a host country in terms of its medical services. It is something that is obviously required when any host country bids for the World Cup, which is probably one of the greatest shows on earth. It is essential that we go and have a look at the medical services of a country. The different facets in that, we have a discussion with many of them, and we do on-site visit for other things. Some of the discussions we have is with public health, and that is a discussion about exactly what is happening, what can happen, and what will happen if something does happen. And thankfully, in all the World Cups, very little does happen. Most of it is kept very, very quiet and then sorted out. But probably the most important part from my side is the actual evaluation of what happens in the various locations. And as I said yesterday, I take this slide with me wherever I go, that no one goes to a football match expecting to die. And therefore there is a responsibility to make sure that we have the medical services in every single location that we have part of the Football World Cup. So where do we go? When we have a country where we have a number of cities, we visit every single city. And in those cities, we look at the stadium, and the stadium is comprised of the structure itself. It's not only the inside, it's the outside, because you have large commercial displays, and you have what we call the last mile, which is where you go from the parking, from the train, from the metro, from the bus, from the vehicles, and people can walk up to 3-4 kilometers to the stadium, and we need to make sure that your medical service is available over there. We then visit